I just bought these water weights from Amazon. That's what the package is. They're fairly large. They're much bigger than some of the other water weights, aerobic water weights, or whatever you want to call these water dumbbells that you find online or in stores. Looks like a much better deal than you can get at the Big F store, the big number store over there. These things are huge. That's my hand. I don't have a big hand, but you can see. That's the width of my hand, or my fingers, width of my fingers, and my whole hand fits in there. So these things are massive, and I can't really take the camera out in the jacuzzi or the pool and show you. I don't want to ruin the camera, but I'm going to come back and give you my review of what I think of these when I'm finished. This is my review of the weights that I did the unboxing of a minute ago. Now, I want to answer the question, do you need them and are they helpful? First off, let me tell you what my normal routine is in the jacuzzi or the swimming pool. Normally when I'm in the pool, I do 3 exercises. I get underwater with the arms, try to keep the water up to my shoulders. I do this 100 times. That works the shoulders. That works the shoulders, and it's probably the back of the shoulders, some of the chest. So under the water, I do this 100 times. After about 20 of these, I am starting to feel my breath build up. My heart rate is building up, and I'm getting warm, and I'm feeling a little bit of tiredness. The muscles are starting to ache a little bit as I do this until I get to 100. Then I take a few second break. Then I go and do opposite. I'm feeling it right now because I did that this morning. I do it under the water. I reach back as far as I can, and I do 100 of these. And I do them with both arms. So the first one I do this, and the second one I do this, and then the third one I do a swimming motion. So I can sit down on the edge of the jacuzzi, step. It makes it a lot easier, and I don't need to be worrying about what's behind me, so I can sit down, and I do this 100 times. And after doing all 300 of those, I'm exhausted. My muscles are burning, they're hurting, they feel really good, my chest feels good. I'm working the sides, I'm working the arms. This is mostly just an upper body. And then I might hold on to the edge of the jacuzzi and kick. Laying on my stomach, I might do a kicking with my feet or underwater, and then I'll get on my back maybe and hold on to the steps or the edge or the handles, and I'll do the same thing on my back doing the kicking. So that's what I do without any weights at all. I get an incredibly good workout without using anything. So I bought these and I tested them out today. And I really wasn't sure what to use them for, how to use them. So I experimented. I know there are videos online telling you how to use these things, but I wanted to be practical in finding an exercise that really helped me a lot. And what I found was you really are limited to pressing against the water for your exercise. So when I put my knees on the bottom of the jacuzzi and I press down like this, I could not do it. I could not do it. These things it's a resistive exercise, but trying to press both of these down, the pressure was almost like I was pushing an air tube underwater. I couldn't. I was able to do one arm at a time, which was good. I rested this in the water and I did this 100 times, and then I rested this arm and I did this 100 times. But when you go underwater, you really can't do an arm curl because you're pushing up on the water and it just doesn't work as good. It works fighting the water, pressing through the water. So I was able to get a good workout pressing downward this way, one at a time. I could not do it this way at all with both of them at the same time. Then I went in and I was able to do this. My arms are hurting now from my exercise all day. But I was able to do this, but I'm able to do that without using the weights. I did get a resistance on them because I'm pushing through the water. So I was able to get a good workout this way. I was able to do this downward. I was able to do this downward. I was able to go to the side and do both of them downward. It's easier just to do one at a time. Trying to do both, it's a little awkward. So most of the exercises that I was able to deal with were pressing into the water. Going up like this really didn't help. Going to the side, raising the arm up, didn't help at all. It just didn't do anything. I put these behind my knee, and I try to press downward with my leg. Not much of a workout there. So what I want to tell you now is, should you buy these? Yeah, these are a nice addition to a regular workout. Without these, just doing this, I got an incredibly good workout. With this, I didn't get a great workout, but I know it was working different muscles. I was able to, don't make any comments in the comment section about this movement, but I was able to do this in the water. I was able to do that. So most of the exercises appear to be pressing down in the water, doing this, doing this. Now, these are really good for rehab if you've hurt yourself. These are probably much too powerful or too big for, I would say, if a woman is about 5 feet, maybe 5'2", 5'3", if you don't have a lot of upper body strength and you don't do exercise with weights, you're probably going to have a really hard time. I was struggling to hold these two down, mainly because it's resistance. You're fighting the water. Now, one thing to understand, this is a resistive exercise. You are fighting, you're doing resistance. You're fighting against something, which is the water. And that is completely different than using a weight, a dumbbell, or a weight set. So the difference is when you have a 5-pound dumbbell, you are fighting to raise 5 pounds. All your muscles are needed and they get developed because they are being used as you lift that 5 pounds up, but you do that out of the water. When you're doing something like this, there is no 5 pounds. It's strictly resistive. And you might have 5 pounds of resistive pressure in the water, but it is never going to be the same. Meaning that if you use a 5-pound dumbbell and you do some curls with that, you're going to build the muscle and the muscle strength so that you're able to lift 5 pounds and then advance on to 10 pounds. If you use this, you're going to get toning of the muscle, you're going to get toning of the body, you will probably burn a little bit of fat underneath the skin, maybe, and you will have some strength, you'll build some strength by using these because you are doing a resistive, you are fighting the water with these, but you will never build muscle equivalent to what you would if you were using a real dumbbell instead of these. So should you buy these if you have medical problems? Yes. If you want to kick back in the jacuzzi like I did, and I love doing my, without the weights, I love doing this. This is a great upper body workout and it feels really good afterwards. And you aren't going to have a lot of sore muscles. You're going to feel it the next day, but you're not going to be in incredible pain. So, and it's nice to have all these different things to do while you're in the water and you're staying cool and you're comfortable. So yeah, buy these as an addition to your regular workout. But if you're serious about losing some fat under the skin, if you're serious about building muscle, you cannot beat dead weight, which is either going to be a dumbbell or a barbell. Now, if you just want to build up your body a little bit, my recommendation is go out and buy some dumbbells. Don't buy the short ones. Buy something like this. This has got a long handle, and it makes it easier to use. That's the advantage. It's easier. These are not cheap. You can buy the plastic-covered ones for maybe $5, $6, $7. You start getting into something like this, you're talking 15 or 20. But it's your health. You want to buy something that's going to last a long time, and it's going to be good. And when you buy something like this, now that's 10 pounds, and you're going to be doing that solid 10 pounds. You're not going to be fighting water in a resistive motion. You are going to be using all of your muscles and your body to lift this weight up. And so you can do that, and you can do this, and you can do this, and you can go out to the side, and you can do your curls, and you can raise this up above. The nice thing about something like this is you're able to hold both sides of it a little easier, and you can go outward like that, so you can use double the weight and work both muscles, or you can go upward like that. So my suggestion is it really depends on what you are trying to gain. If you're trying to gain some strength and some muscle, I would go with this. I would put your money into this and go with low weights, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Build up your muscle, build up your strength. Don't rush it. It will take some time, but this is really the way to go at dead weights. You don't want to be using weight machines because while they are dead weights, it's also a resistive kind of thing like the dumbbells that I showed you before that you use in the water. You want to use solid weights, which will be using all of the muscle and will help you progress better and build more strength. If you have an injury, then by all means, this is the way to go. But the problem with this is you're going to have to go outside, you're going to have to sit in the water, you're going to have to get on a bathing suit, you're going to have to get a towel, you're going to dry off, you have to make sure the weather's right, and there's a lot involved. It's so much easier just to use some dead weights, a dumbbell, and do your exercises in the house. Go slow, don't strain your muscles, take your time, and as long as you don't have to be in the water to rehab something, then I would just go with weights instead of this. Go out and buy a set of maybe, you don't even need to buy a set. Buy one 5-pound, one 10-pound, one 15-pound, one 20-pound. You might not even need the 15 or the 20. This is a 20, so you can use this for double strength for certain exercises, but you also want to get a lightweight so you can do your arm curls. You don't want to rip your shoulders or your rotator cuff or injure your body. So something like this is a good thing. And spend the money, do it right, and take care of your health. So my review is, yeah, the water weight that I showed you, a great product. It's sturdy, it's solid. But again, if you are a smaller person, have a smaller frame, don't have a lot of strength, then I would not get this model, because this model is really going to take some strength and some effort to push this down into the water. You might want to go with the smaller ones that you can pick up online or in the stores that are not this big and bulky. And that way you can build your muscles up and develop your strength, and then you can advance to something like this. Or you can just go with the small dumbbells, and you can do that in your house. You can lay on the floor, you can lay on the bed, you can lay on the sofa. Just make sure there's good support for your back and your upper back. And you can do this while you're watching TV, while you're sitting outside. And you don't need to mess with something like this, or the jacuzzi, or the towel, or the bathing suit, or drying off, or all the other things. So good luck. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit in making a decision. Do a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like if you want, or go to my channel page and click on the support button if you want to leave a donation. And that's it. It's going to be a really quick review of the, I don't know how you pronounce this, Wider. These are the rubber hex dumbbells you can pick up in the store. Definitely not inexpensive. You can buy the hammer tone painted metal ones, or you can buy rubber, or you can buy the neoprene. I think it's called neoprene. And that's just a coating. This is rubber. These probably cost, something 10 pounds, maybe 15. I think this was 15 bucks or something, maybe $18. So these are not cheap. You can buy the hammer tone, the metal, the hammer tone painted, or the black metal with without this knurled handle, much cheaper. The advantage of this is you can put it on the floor, and you shouldn't be marring the floor. It shouldn't do damage to the floor. Unlike the smaller, cheaper dumbbells, this has got more room. It's got a lot more hand room, so it makes it easier to maneuver and to balance, which I believe is a safety feature, because when you're using the smaller ones, the plastic ones, there's about this much room. This thing would be over here, and it's much harder to use. And another nice thing about getting these, which you'll get in the metal ones without the rubber tip, but the advantage of getting a dumbbell like this is it allows you to grab both ends, and you can use the weight this way. So it makes it easier. Instead of going out and buying a bench and a dumbbell set, if you're just your average person at home and you don't want to invest a ton of money, but you don't want to take up a lot of space in your house, but you want to be able to do some weight training to build up some muscles. Something like this little 10-pounder, go out and spend the money. You don't need 2 of these. You can buy 5, 15, 20, 25, 10, and you can do your curls, and you can go in there and do these exercises that way, and you can do it outward, and you can do it downward, and you can do it over behind the neck, behind the back. So my review of these is, yeah, these are really nice, well worth the money. Spend the money, it's your health. Spend it now or spend it later at the doctor. So I'm very happy with the purchase and the quality and the nice handle, the nice, yeah, these are pretty awesome. And I think you're going to find some really good results with these fast. That's my review. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, like, channel page, click on the support button if you want to do a donation. And happy working out. There's the big 20 pounds so you can lay on your back and do your bench press instead of going out and buying a big Olympic bar. Much easier, much more compact.